Good afternoon. It's January 11th, 2023. And today, just an uptrend today. Let's see if there's anything relevant with this trend. Yeah, you can see that's a midline. So hopefully you had that after these first two swings. That's very easy to find. Um, and that gives us some more context to maybe mark some of these. But let's just take a look how I saw it originally, and maybe there's something I'm missing. So 5 a.m. looks like comes in somewhere around here as we're getting this higher low. So this is a new high. You can see we make a high here and we make a new high. So you get a first entry, second entry, but this here you don't have a good signal bar. So there, if you had a good signal bar, it was a little bit of a tough call because it looked like, you know, we had this range and it was like, maybe this is just a measured move. But I drew this trend line and this one looked close enough. So when you get that higher low, if you get a good signal bar, I think you can take that. But you get something that looks like a failure right here. Technically, it's not. You can see the failure occurs up here. But this looks like a one-legged pullback and a second-legged pullback. So I think you might want to take that. But if you're patient, you get a second entry long right here off the trend channel. That's good enough for a scalp. Then we get a break. You can see a few swings. We didn't make it to the top of the channel. We get a break. And we go below the EMA. You get this second entry, but it doesn't look like, or it looks like we could get another leg of correction. This looks like it could possibly just be one leg down. But it turns out to probably be an overshoot, slight overshoot, and then we head a little higher, nothing in there. We make our new high from this channel. I make a double top and then a lower high here. And then you get this failure. And the reason I marked that was because this channel had played out. And we get this failure that's also a second entry short. So it is going into some potential support at the opening price. However, I think because it stayed below the EMA and this channel was played out, you might consider that. Another problem with it is there's not a lot of room to the lows of this swing. If you're looking at this low, there's room to that, but it's definitely a tough call, but it does set up well. But then we just start chopping around. And you get a failure right here, but this all just looks like, it doesn't look like I guess what I'm trying to say is it kind of looks like we only got one leg of correction, and you can see we get this second leg of correction. This correction just looked small. However, you are making higher lows, so you might think this double top is going to get tested. And they fail to make a new high, and we get this second leg, and really this is like a leg, one leg of correction, two legs of correction, and then we get two legs that probably just make up one larger leg. So it's like two legs of correction back to this trend channel. But anyway, we come down here, we get a break of this. Perhaps the break comes a little sooner. Anyway, we get an overshoot, it leads to a break. This second entry fails, get another leg up of correction, and then you get this lower high, and it just feels like we're going to test this low, and that's a very bearish bar, but it's really just the first. I mean, technically you could think of it as like a second entry when it breaks below this bar, but really it's like a first entry. But anyway, we make that new low and we reverse, and there's just no setup there. Come to the high of this channel, make some congestion, and correct back to the EMA and the trend line, which is too bad. This is a double test, but I don't think I'm going to mark it, but I think that with that being a doji, and there's some dojis in here, and this is clearly sideways. I, I'm just I'm not confident in enough in that. But you do get a failure up here. It's like a breakout pullback as well. We got two tests of that, of this these pink highs. So there's definitely reason to consider that. A lot of people liked it. We come up here and we start going sideways, breaks out, pulls back and tests these highs before going higher. And that's probably just a measured move. We break out of that measured move and it fails, and then we find really strong support right here. So maybe, I was looking at this earlier, maybe you take that. There's plenty of room back to the EMA, and that's a triple test right there. Really bullish bar, but you're going straight into that midline. But here, when it bounced there, super bullish and really like kind of reversed. There's a lot of bullish momentum. You can see that. And so when we come up here and you make a first entry, second entry, another bullish bar, and then you get this higher low that's finding support here, I think you have to take that. I was watching that in real time. I think you have to take that. You can see that. Anyway, people like that. We get a break, a couple legs up to a new high before selling off, break, move to a new low. And you just don't get anything there. But you can see we're all the way at the high. So this market closed at its highs today. So there it is. Hope everyone had a great day. I'll be back tomorrow.